Grace. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How was the ride here?
It was okay. Not too bad.
All right, nice to hear. Well, before we start our session, I am going to go over some stuff. Do you mind?
Sure.
So, you before you came into here, you did sign a consent form, right? In that consent form, we explained that we're going to be recording. This is just for the purpose of me reporting to my supervisor. Is that okay with
Yeah.
you? All right. Also, in the consent form, it explained that everything that we discuss in the session will remain confidential. All right. And if I hear you or anybody else is to get harmed, I will have to report this. All right. Any other questions in regards to confidentiality?
No.
All right, Grace. I will be taking down some notes, if you don't mind, of course.
That's fine.
And you have the right to take a look at them. At any moment, you could take a glance, or after the session, you could ask for them.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, Grace. So tell me, what brings you in here today?
I think I it's kind of stressed out lately because of my work. I just don't know what to do with it.
So you feel a little stressed out. Well, when you came in, you filled out a form, and I can see in here that you marked little high on career concerns, goals, and choices. You did write in here also high stress and temper tolerance. So, could you tell me a little bit more about what you're feeling?
Um, it just lately, well, I just it's the new position I'm in right now. It's a promotion, which is good, but I did not expect that many stress from the new position. It's more than what I thought I want to take. So, but it's too late to back out, kind of things. Um, so I don't know. Well, it's not I don't know. It's more like I wish I have not taken the promotion, so I don't be that stressed out.
So, with that promotion of yours that you just accepted, you have more weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, it's. I think it's much more than what I wanted it. Yeah.
So you feel you're doing a lot more work than you were before.
Yeah.
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 Makes sense.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about what you're doing and what's causing this feelings?
Um. Well, I'm an ESL coordinator right now. As the ESL coordinator, we for the beginning of the semester we have identified any newcomers, whether they're ESL or not. Before I taken on this job, I thought it just easy process. Take them in and test them, or contact the previous school for the records, and then place them in the system. But then when I started doing the job, there much more than just that easy process I told you earlier. Um, I think one of them is because the school culture it's different than the school I was before, and the school is not. I think I got support from my supervisor, the principal or assistant principal, but I think it's more like there's so many distraction at workplace because my office is not a quiet place to work. It's in a common area where people walking by all the time and student walking by all the time too. So it's really noisy. It's I feel like I can't concentrate, and there are many things that comes in and goes. Like for example, I'm working on something. One of the teacher will pop in and ask me something else. So I stopped myself and helped the teacher. And then when I came back to what I was doing, it took me some time to not remember, it took me some time to get back to what I was doing. So lots of those, distraction that I have at work, I just can finish my job. And in the times that I feel I was at school all day, but I didn't do anything. But now think back, I did do something, but it feels like I have not accomplished the goal I was going to for the day.
I see, Grace. So it is a lot of these small distractions that are adding to your stress and that are making the environment to not be the ideal environment.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I found, well, I've more like I realized I do more work, accomplish more work at home than at school, which is bad because I don't want to take work home because I'm taking classes at night too. So ideally, if it's the past like last year, I was able to leave my job and I would be done with the day, and then I will do my study every night at home. But since I taken on this new position, I found myself doing more work at home at night or weekends and not doing my schoolwork, which I think is bad for my schoolwork, for my studies. But I don't know what, because my work has due date, like the stuff I have to do before a certain day, and if I don't, it's a more like a compliance by law. So if I don't finish doing due date and then I'm in trouble and school is in trouble. So and then the daytime is really chaotic in some ways. So it doesn't allow me to finish my job on time. Well, I didn't get to finish what I wanted to finish on a daily basis at school. So I have to bring those home and then finish at night. So, which I really don't like that situation because in the past few years, I have been able to finish my work at school and then just leave it behind my back once I step out of school, my workplace. But then the past 2 months after I am in the new position, I feel like every weekend on Fridays, I have, I brought my laptop home and then work over the weekend, which usually it's my family time and my study time. So I don't like this at all. And I feel like I wish in the past few days I've been thinking like I should have not taken on the new position. I mean, it's a promotion, which it's a challenge. I think it's good for me, but I think what comes in the packet is something that I don't want.
So it seems to me, Grace, that whenever you accepted this position that you probably wanted, that you probably knew was going to be challenging, you didn't know that it was going to come in with all this extra things, just as,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
yeah. So you were mentioning the work environment, you were mentioning bringing to your house the things you needed to do at your job and just kind of like having that laid back on and your family on and on your personal time. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And so you mentioned that it had this has been going on for 2 months. That's
Yeah.
when you accepted the
Yeah.
the new position. So how was it before, Grace? That you didn't have this, you had enough time for yourself. You how how
So
did
it's
you feel then?
different. It was a different school setting. It's same school district, but different school setting. So in my old school, I was teacher in the old school. Um, I have my own little office because I do ESL pull out, so I have a little office by myself. Um, I once I close my door, everything it's blocked off. so I can do my work. And then actually, I can do some school. I mean, my studies at school sometimes, at my workplace sometimes, because it just there's not much stuff I need to do. I think because I've been teaching for so long, so I know what I'm doing. So I do renew, like tweak my lesson every year, but it never been to the points that I was not able to finish, or I there wasn't any point of it at the time that I was had to take my work home to finish at home.
I see.
So I don't really know. Well, I kind of know what has changed. It's the school environment is different. The job description is different, but it's really like day and night. So and then I really don't like this at all. But I don't know if there's anything I can change. As far as now, I think the only way I can change the situation is finish my um, classes sooner so I can switch to school counselor job. But on the other end, I'm thinking if it's a work environment that causes me stress, if I if I stay at the same school and just doing different job, I'm not sure if that will help me to not get stressed out or not. I don't know.
I see, Grace. Well, it seems to me like you know exactly what's going on and what's causing you this stress. You were able to mention several things that have been going on in your workplace and with this new job that is resulting on this. And I also see on your intake, you marked attention and distraction and just the work problem. So I see that this is really making you not feel good about it. And so, as I was saying, I do see that you have several steps that you could go with in bettering off the situation. And so you could do, get ahead on your classes. You were saying, is there anything else you could do to better off, or anything else you've been doing to try to get this um, relief on your
Mm,
work environment?
no, because I don't know what I can do to change it. Because lots of stuff are out of my control. So my little office, like I have my stuff in my um, little. It's a glass office. So if I'm there, if I close the door, people see that people see me in there. So they will knock on the glass and then open the door. So I've been thinking if I take my laptop, go elsewhere to do the work, which is not that easy because I do have tons of paper
Of course.
that I have to bring with me to finish my job.
Okay.
So so I can't really go anywhere. If I do, I have to bring my laptop and my the whole bunch of paper with me to for me to finish my job. So I have not knowing what else I can do to more like improve my work situation.
Is that something that you would like for me to help you with?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can't change your glass door office or your glass office, which I bet it's really nice. We can't change the people knocking on your door, and we just can't change the environment. But we can definitely try to channel some of those feelings and emotions and actions into stress relievers or something that could help you um, find a better way to deal with all these extraneous forces that you said that are out of your control, right?
Mm, yeah.
Is there any other thing, Grace, that you would like to talk about in your session? You anything that you thought it was interesting or that was an aha moment for you on your intake form?
Mm, no.
All right. Well then, would you like to make this our goal to um, better off our um, the ways we feel with this new job acquisition in this new work
Um,
environment?
sure.
Do you have any other additions onto this goal?
No.
Right, like I already mentioned, you did have some routes mapped out that you could do to make this better. So we could definitely start by working those out. Um, there are a lot of things that are happening that are just, I mean, you can't do anything about it, but we can definitely help you just as you marked under your intent form. Release some of the stress that you are feeling in your work atmosphere, and like it says in here, improve the current situation. Is that good with you?
Mm, yeah.
All right, Grace. Well, let me just take a quick glance at here. I don't think I'm missing anything unless you want to make any other additions to anything in here.
I can't think of anything right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you could definitely start just looking at making yourself aware of how you're feeling every time someone comes and knocks on your door, or every time you take this extra load of work to your house. Become more aware of the feelings you are just, you know, that are becoming present whenever this happens, and hold those thoughts. If you want to write them down, if whatever you have handy, just write them down so we could explore those feelings next time we see each other. How's that?
Okay.
I hope
Yeah.
that's not a big adding to your
yeah.
to your already.
I guess
No
I can
choice.
try. Yeah.
Hopefully, this helps us become more aware and tackle our overall goal in the time we spent together.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, Grace. Well, thank you for being here. If you have any questions, no? Okay. Well, then we're free to go. Thank you very much, Grace. We'll see
Okay.
you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.